invested the last 3 years of my life pursuing a career in IT. I finally got my first job as an IT technician this year. I ended up leaving behind 2 jobs that I really liked to take on this new role. Everyone in my family was excited for me. This is my first post, so I'm not sure how much to write, but will do my best to summarize what I went through. Really, I am hoping for some encouragement because I am completely discouraged right now. Ended up working for an incredibly toxic boss. I'll list some of the things I experienced. Would like feedback if possible.
We'll give the feedback.
Oh yeah, we'll give feedback.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Number 1. Used intimidation to try and control me through fear. My boss owned a small local IT business. During the interview process, I was honest with him about having no prior IT work experience, but that I have several IT standard certifications and college to show that I have foundational knowledge. As early as my first week, he was making remarks about how he has fired new hires for not knowing anything, quote unquote, yet has stated to me that he intentionally hires people with little experience so he can train them his way. There was one thing I didn't know how to do, and he became very critical of me. It was nothing that I had been trained on up until that point. I felt like I couldn't ask him questions after a while out of fear of being demeaned. So, on the one hand, he wants it done a certain way.
But on the other hand...
on the other hand, he wants them to know exactly what they're supposed to do.
Well, it's like, you can't have it both ways, because, I mean, what's that quote from Grumpy Old Man? You know, because that kind of reminds me of this situation. What is that again?
Well, you can wish in one hand and crap in the other and see which gets filled first.
You know?
Yeah, that's exactly what that sounds like.
Boss.
So, yeah, that's stupid. He intentionally hires people that don't know anything, so he can train them in his way, but then he expects you to know everything?
Yeah, and if you don't know one thing, then he makes you feel stupid.
Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense.
So that's a stupid tactic that actually can get you in trouble.
Yeah.
So.
What a dummy.
Yeah.
Number 2. Had extremely volatile behavior. I had just started my shift at 8 a.m. and got right to work on a spreadsheet from the previous day. After reviewing, I had several questions for my boss, who usually came down shortly after I arrived to tell me what he wanted me to do. So I decided to wait a few more minutes for him to come down to go over the spreadsheet with him. A few days prior, he told me to go on Amazon to check prices on laptop bags. So I went back on Amazon very briefly to check prices while I waited for my boss. Not even 2 minutes later, my boss storms down the stairs and into my office, where he completely explodes on me. I have spy software on your computer that lets me know what you're doing. I am freaking under so much pressure trying to onboard this new freaking customer, and you are freaking around on Amazon looking at stuff. Whoa.
But he told her to go look for laptop bags. What a doofus.
Yeah.
Face.
Man.
Doofus face.
I'm going to start using that.
Doofus face?
Doofus face. He continued to berate me for like 5 minutes. I sat in my chair having a panic attack as I was completely caught off guard by his behavior. I was visibly shaking in my chair. He then went on to say how he didn't like how I was following him around at the lawyer's office my second week into the job, and continued to yell at me saying, "And you were following me around the freaking office like you were attached to my hip. And one more thing. You helping me zip up my laptop bag, I can zip up my own freaking bag." Dude.
He sounds like the character Sandra Bullock plays on The Proposal. where everybody's like typing where it says the witch is in or something like that, you know?
Totally.
I realize that it's not like that because this is one person's experience and it's a small office, but that's all I can think of is, you know, Andrew Paxton typing and he's like, the witch is on a broom. You know, that's kind of how this guy's acting. You know?
Totally.
So.
Holy crap. Sounds like he has some anger issues. Needs some anger management. From Jack Nicholson.
And Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
I think I've seen that once. Now I want to watch it.
We should. Okay, it says, I've never been treated that way. Ever. I told him I was following him because he told me I was supposed to observe the first few months of training and not take any initiative. So that's what I was doing. I was observing what he was doing so I could learn how to fix what he was working on. What was I supposed to do? Stand in the corner and stare at the wall? He never told me in advance what he wanted me to do and never said anything to me about it that day. He waited until a week later when he exploded on me to use it as ammo against me. That killed all my confidence in the job and motivation for being there. Yeah, it would kill mine too.
Yeah, mine too, because you're trying to learn the job. You're there, you're new. You told him already that you didn't have any experience. You told him that you didn't know everything. Someone is supposed to train you. You cannot find the 100% perfect candidate for every job. I don't understand what is going on. Seems to think about his movie references though.
Oh yeah. And
makes me think of Gilmore Girls and Rory when it's like, hey, you coming, Gilmore? And then she gets told by Mitchum, Mitchum, that she doesn't have the stuff. This boss sounds like a Mitchum.
That's right.
Yeah.
But at least Mitchum is nice and doesn't yell at Rory. Yes, I do know Gilmore Girls. But, I mean, come on. If you're gonna, not want someone to follow you around when you told them to follow you around, tell them then. And not a week later when you just blow up and yell at them.
It kind of sounds like this boss is the kind of boss that thinks of all the things that you do wrong so he can use it against you later. So that he uses that as an excuse to possibly let you go. And that's just an assumption, but that's just kind of what's going through my head right now.
Yep. So now, this poor person is trying to learn from this douchebag because it's their first real job, sounds like, and all they've had is college and just a little bit of knowledge that they've gained, and they're trying to get this real life experience, and all their confidence is now gone, and motivation to work pretty much any job probably is now gone, because now they think that every boss is like this and that every boss is a douchebag.
Yeah. There's a lot of douchebag bosses, but not everyone is to this extreme.
Yeah.
This is pretty bad.
Okay, number 3. Micromanaged. Had a camera looking over my shoulder, spy software on my computer, contacted me off hours, doing instead of leading or training, altered everything I did, even if I went by his original instructions, me having to CC him on every routine email. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, because that just kills the employee's initiative to even try and make things better for you. That would kill my motivation to work there, right there. Having a camera over my shoulder, feeling like I'm just this basically douchebag of an employee in his eyes because I have spyware on my computer that I know is there, and he's watching me and he's redoing everything that I'm doing, and then I have to CC him. Why doesn't he just do the job himself? Why does he need me?
That's what I was just thinking. It's like, if he goes behind, it says doing instead of leading or training, and then altered everything and went behind and redid it. Why am I even here? If you're just going to do that, then just do it yourself. It would save a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, and probably make him a lot, well, okay, it will make him a lot more stressed. And also contacting employees off hours, that kills it. Don't do that. That is a big no-no. And if he gets mad at you when, if you don't answer, oh well, he can do it himself. And you deserve a better job if you can get mad at you and fire you over that. Not answering off work hours, because it technically has to pay you. Unless you're on salary.
Yep. And if you're on salary and people are contacting you outside of work hours, that's just a douche thing to do.
Yep.
Been there, done that. And I hate that. Number 4, lied and gaslighted me. One day I visited a customer with him to troubleshoot a print server. He gave me that task while he wandered off to talk to people. He did nothing to help me. Fast forward a few days, he told me he did something that he never did. I clearly would have known if he had done that because he would have had to do it in front of me that day. He was completely convinced while I was completely confused as to why he would lie about that. What?
What?
So he told me he did something that he never did. I clearly would have known if he had done that because he would have had to do it in front of me that day. So it sounds like he's blaming this person for doing something wrong or doing something that he never did, even if it wasn't wrong, something he never did, even though he was off talking to people. Is that what it sounds like?
Kind of, but I still don't get it.
I don't either.
So if you're listening to this, I would like more info on this number 4 because I don't get it. That's weird.
I need more context on this.
Yeah.
When you hear this, shout out.
Yeah. Email us.
Or just comment.
Yeah.
But still a douchebag.
Yeah. Douchebag.
Douchebag. Number 5, belittled me. I was on the phone with him one day while his friends in the background made fun of my intelligence.
Okay. If you're going to make fun of someone's intelligence, that shows that you don't have any intelligence yourself. And that's not okay. Because you are creating a hostile work environment if you're making someone feel that way. This entire series of these 5 points that we've read up to now is technically a hostile work environment and would make anyone have to see a mental health therapist ASAP. Me just reading this, I'm gonna have to go see a mental health therapist because I have no idea. I couldn't live like that. So also tell us how long you kept this job because I'd like to know how long it took you to find another one.
Yeah. I'm getting pissed just reading this, and it didn't even happen to me. I can't even imagine living this.
No.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Crazy. There's more, but that is the gist of it. His wife was the HR person, so I couldn't report the behavior. Oh, conveniently, his wife was HR.
That's time for an employment lawyer.
Seriously.
Because there needs to be clear. If you're going to have your wife be your HR, and HR is more than just talking to somebody, but if you're going to have your family member or somebody that clearly knows nothing about HR, because that's what they do. I don't know why douchebag bosses hire their family members and say, hey, you can handle one of the most important aspects of my office experience and not, you're making people scared to report anything. And it's supposed to, you're just supposed to always have an open door policy. That's how I would run it. But that's not cool, man. I want more context. If you say there's more, I'll do a follow-up video because I want more. I want to know.
Well, probably not much more because it says, I was only 4 weeks into this job and already feeling extreme dread before each shift. I would go into work feeling sick to my stomach, bad heart palpitations, and tense from the start. I never knew what version of him I was going to get. I was completely exhausted and discouraged. I couldn't take it anymore. One day I walked in, dropped off my keys, and walked out. I was done. Good for you.
Yeah, good for you. Because if you never know what version of the boss that you're going to get, that is a very unhealthy work environment. And that is a narcissistic boss. And he needs anger management and counseling to work through whatever issues and power trip this douchebag is on.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is insane.
Yeah. Wow. Just wow. Wow. I would do the same thing. I don't know if I would have even dropped off my keys. I would have just been like, I'm done.
That reminds me of the time that you worked at Aaron's. I won't say where. And your son was walking on the glass table and he broke it. And then your
You know who you are.
general
son.
manager got mad at you. And all you did to defend your child is you walked right in, went like this, dropped your keys down, and left. And you had been working for that job for like 2.5 years.
Yep. In fact, they were going to give me my own store.
And you turned it down because that's not the kind of work environment that anybody wants to live in.
Nope.
I mean, it's a 2.5, 3-year-old. Couldn't get him off the table fast enough. We all know how kids are. They all climb, and so he defended his kid, and that's really what matters. Is because my advice to whoever this is good on you for quitting, because that boss doesn't care about you, and it clearly shows. But really, no boss cares about anyone unless you have a really empathetic personality. And lately, those are hard to come by.
Oh, yeah.
It takes a really, really different, special kind of person to be empathetic. So.
Yep. I will say my boss right now, my last boss, I should say, was pretty good. He would at least let me do what I needed to do if it was like an emergency or if I had something that I had to go do. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
Just glad he wasn't like this douchebag.
I would have had you quit and collect unemployment.
I would have quit and collected unemployment.
Yep.
This is my first post. Sorry if it's not set up right. I have a terrible boss. I found out a few days ago that we get 4 write-ups and we get fired. So I made 2 simple mistakes within 6 months' time and was written up for both. Even though they were mistakes, I was told that, quote, you should know what you were doing already, and meetings about these things are not able to happen because of this virus, so I'm just writing you up, unquote. Wait, but you called me in for this 2-person meeting, yet we can't have a 6-person meeting? Okay, fine. I'll take it because there's nothing I can do to change it. Now, the fact that the other 6 employees are actually doing things that they know are violations and not being written up over and over has led me to believe this boss has a personal problem with just me. Yes, the boss knows these things are going on, and if they were being written up, they would no longer work there because these violations happen often, and we are only allowed 4 write-ups. So,
What?
yeah, I had to think for a second because so they're getting in trouble for something that everybody else is doing, but the other ones are not getting in trouble. Only this person's getting in trouble. And if they were getting in trouble, they'd be fired because it happens all the time.
Does that mean that somebody's sleeping with the boss to not get written up? Sorry.
I don't know. Could be.
Happens more often than not.
I hope not. But you're probably right.
Have you not seen Grey's Anatomy? Oh, wait, you have.
Yes, I have.
That is the quintessential.
But
Not getting in trouble for something that you should.
is that real or is that just for the show?
So I had a best friend of 33 years, and her sister's husband was a doctor, and she told her that things like Grey's Anatomy happens to that medical staff that her husband works for. So I'm assuming in that context of that, yes, in that medical staff or that hospital, things like Grey's Anatomy and sleeping with your bosses happens.
Yikes. And that's why I didn't become a doctor.
Well, thank you. Good. Yeah.
Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Okay, but now the karma. Normally the boss does not have to work weekends. So the weekend after she writes me up, oh, it's a woman boss, she could not find anyone to cover 2 of the 3 shifts for both days.
Maybe she's not getting any.
Yeah, maybe. The policy is if shifts can't be covered, the boss has to cover them. So she will automatically have to work those shifts. So she sends me a text asking if I would be able to stay longer hours so she won't have to work the whole 16 hours both days alone. Now, usually I'm the kind of person who is willing to help out a boss in situations like this, but considering how this boss has been treating me and allowing others to get away with everything, I think I would just have to go with the best answer I could possibly give. Sorry, I am not able to stay longer those 2 days. My thought bubble. Hope you have it real hard those 32 hours. Good karma for that boss. See? You pick on one employee or find something to get mad at him about or whatever, it always comes back to you.
It does. So the lesson is be nice to everyone, because you never know when karma's going to come back at you.
Exactly.
That's kind of funny.
That is funny. So, I like how this person says, sorry, not able to stay longer those 2 days, but what she's really thinking is, hope you have it real hard those 32 hours.
I would be too if I was getting written up for everything that I didn't realize. You know, not that I didn't realize, but I was doing things that everyone else was doing and they weren't getting written up. That's quintessential unfair treatment. And I realized that nothing can be fair all the time. But when it comes to certain things, especially employment, you can make things fair across the board.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And there's always, differences, like maybe this employee has kids at home, or this employee has someone that they're taking care of, or, and others don't have that, or they're young enough that they don't have a lot of that responsibility. But you can make it fair, like you said, across the board, so that everybody feels like they're being treated fairly.
Exactly.
Like that karma story.